said them. Up night, just get high. Girl, you look so good, you can stop. Secrets inside, the rest is shine. That's mine. Loyalty. There's no money, no one about me. Lovely. I wanna be with you, yeah. I wanna be with you, yeah. I wanna be with you.
Yo, you should have played a 𝗛𝗲𝗰𝘀𝘁.
Oh, you spoke too soon. You too. I'm gonna be just me, you too. I don't want to remember nothing. There is something. Bloom. Loyalty and love, y'all. What would you rather have? I want Bobby, bitch. Hey. 𝗛𝗲𝗰𝘀𝘁 out, boy. You think you gonna find his hat?
I can't be trying to say we got that.
Hope you ain't know. Bobby, bitch.
Your tongue is out, bro.
Turn up. This shit right, boy. Retarded, bitch. Alright. I know what it is. Yo.
Put your hands up, bro.
It's the hear me
No,
out.
you gotta start.
Yo.
Hold on, you need to understand. If you're when you're still putting your hands out, where is he gonna start?
Yo, it's the Hear Me Out podcast. What's
Gang. How
y'all feeling today?
Good. I feel good. It's been a good week.
It's
been a good week.
Has it?
For the two of us, I think.
How
And
so?
the Hear Me Out podcast in general. Well, they know I posted to our story yesterday.
Oh yeah. Run that dick.
Yeah. It's been a good week.
You don't know what I'm talking about. Follow us on the Hear Me Out podcast on Instagram. Like and subscribe. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. We on all of that.
Yeah.
Jonte, how you feeling? Jonte the conscience?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm relaxed.
You booing over there?
Yes, sir.
Hey Ron, how you feeling?
Good, my God. Good.
Good. Young Reezy, Razzle Dazzle.
Hi, I'm great.
You great?
I'm great.
That's good. You good? I'm good. Y'all good? I'm good. How y'all doing? Hey, all of our listeners. Hope y'all had a nice little week. You know, I hope y'all celebrated. Young Schmurda in the building.
Oh. You think everyone should have took a shot?
For Schmurda? Yeah, I would have supported that.
So, Mans did what, 7 years?
Was it?
Close to 6? He did a handful of years, and he's back home, and he took a rap for his homie. But, you know, I was listening, people were having a conversation about it. They were saying he's like the king of New York, or he was trying to claim that, but he's not from New York. You know,
Where's he from then?
The South, I think. I might be I might be wrong.
His hat landed in New York when he threw it.
Oh, I see.
He touched back down.
When he touched back down, it was like, oh, okay. Pick up your hat.
So how do we
Pick up
feel?
where you left off.
He's home. He's been taking pictures with mad rappers. He's been out.
Yeah, was
Sorry, coming live from Dame Dash Studios.
Yeah.
Alright,
Wait, was back in the day, was him and the Migos, were they like affiliated? Or
I did not know nothing about that, but
I was
Make that
mad.
make sense.
I believe they went on tour together.
was he
Yeah, that's
opener?
probably what that was
That's a
about.
hard ass concert.
Yeah, shit.
Bobby as the opener.
Because I couldn't put the two together. I didn't understand what the correlation was.
All of a sudden, him and Quavo.
Yeah, why are they picking him?
VFX. I mean, if I got a prison, I think I'd be cool with Quavo pulling up.
Pulled up in a PJ.
Well, it should have been
Picking
his
up
mother and his grandmother, and they should have took his ass home and said, "Look, no cameras for the next 2-3 months."
You think so?
High key.
But his name's Bobby Shmurda.
The man's on probation for like 8 years, right? Something crazy.
Yeah,
Do you know that?
Yeah, something wild. I
Like,
mean, I'm
come
not surprised.
on.
I'm not surprised though.
Okay. I don't know. He needs to take it easy. Like they did that shit on purpose. They want you to come back. That like it's a trap.
I mean, yeah. I mean, so are you guys happy that he's home?
Yeah,
Yeah, of
it's
course.
up.
I want to see my brothers locked up.
Jonte, you happy he's home?
Yeah, of course. I feel like he got his career kind of taken away from him prematurely.
At your peak.
Yeah, exactly. At
Yeah.
the peak of his hype. So it's dope that he's back home.
Yeah, I'm glad he's home too. I'm glad he's wearing a mask. He's the first nigga I've seen wear a mask in a club.
Yo, he got off the plane with a full mask on, like a whole face mask, getting off that bitch, bro.
That nigga said, I'm not quarantining for nobody.
He wasn't playing with nobody,
I've been
bro.
inside.
Huh.
6 years, 2 weeks? Because you niggas got COVID? No, sir. Don't sneeze on me. Hell no. Alright, so look, I mean, I got to think about this.
Wait, how do we feel about like him coming back and hanging out with felons, which we know is like a no-no when you're on probation, and like being in the club already, around alcohol and all this? Like, is that even
Well, he made
allowed?
it a point to show that he was drinking water.
Oh, with the chick off. And
Yeah, he was drinking water. He was like, nah, I'm at the Sunny.
Besides that, though, as an artist, if you make club appearances and concert appearances, things like that, like that can be considered work,
Yeah.
True.
right? So by the law, legally, you're working
You would
when you
have to
show up to
allow
those
So him
places.
and Kodak can get together right now and it'd be alright? They both just got home.
I mean, I'm assuming if it's for work, then yeah. But I don't know. I don't know the full extent of the
Pretty
law.
sure there's terms
No.
on his probation.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so whatever his terms are, he should go off of that.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for music. That's what I want.
I am too. I sincerely hope whatever he comes out with first is hard as fuck. Imagine if he flopped.
I don't think
I don't know
anybody's
if he can,
anticipating
though.
that part.
I don't know if
Yeah.
he can right now. The hype is too overwhelming.
You can definitely be underwhelming. I hope he's not. I'm 100%
I just can't
about
see.
it.
I can't see. I know what you're saying, but I can't see him actually flopping like right out the gate.
Who would you like to see Bobby Shmurda on a song with?
The baby.
That
I
could work.
could see that.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
I could see that. I would want him. I would want him on somebody's song that I wouldn't like even guess.
Man, to be honest, like I was really looking forward to him and Pop Smoke getting together. That would have been like crazy, but
I mean,
unfortunately,
50
that's
can still put that together. He got hella verses.
yeah. But it's different. It's different when the
Yeah,
vibe is
that's
like
it.
organic and in person. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like? So we all know, Bobby went in because of his lyrics in "Hot Nigga," where he shot niggas. Do you guys feel like his coming home or him even going to jail? I mean, what he did was 100% admirable. The fact that he, didn't snitch on his mans, took the bid. took accountability for his actions and what he did. But do you guys feel like him coming home is a bit glorified,
No.
overly glorified? Him going to jail being overly glorified? Why he went to prison? Given the climate that we're in right now, don't you guys feel like that might be a bit of the problem?
No. I'm sorry.
That he's glorified or he's home?
That he's glorified. The fact that
He's being glorified because he stood 10 toes for his homie. That's what we're celebrating. We're celebrating a young man who has a future ahead of him coming home and actually getting the opportunity to continue. That's
Okay.
what we're celebrating.
and I'm 100% for that, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here. But what about the other side? What
The
about
crime he committed?
the crime he committed?
People commit crimes every day.
Well, okay, he committed a crime, but he served his time. So I mean, what's wrong with?
Did he commit a crime? Honestly, if we're looking
That's
at
true,
if we're looking at the case itself, honestly, it was kind of like the DA pretty much wouldn't move forward with his case, and he was on trial for it was over a year at that point, right? He was already a year down, and he didn't get to have his trial, so he kind of got forced to take a plea deal, just on the fact that you're in there for so long, and you know what I mean. You haven't even got your sentence. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the outcome of your case, so.
They forced his hand. What are you gonna do?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's how the law works.
And let's just say he did bust at someone and somebody did happen to die. If you go to jail and you pay your price for that, and you come home, we're supposed to still be hanging that shit over your head? Does anyone get forgiveness? Does anyone get to move past things like that? What?
Interesting that you have that take on this subject, but on the cheating subject last week,
No,
we're not
cheating
feeling
is not
this
murder.
way.
Cheating is not murder.
So cheating is unforgivable, but murder,
I can
you
understand.
can let it slide.
I can definitely understand.
Wow.
Things can be justified.
I mean, so look, man, I get it, 100%.
We're about to upset some people.
I'm
I feel
for
like.
sure gonna upset some people, but and I love 𝗛𝗶𝗀𝘀𝘁, man. Like I love him as an artist. I don't know him as a person, but I love the artist 𝗛𝗶𝗀𝘀. I'm just never gonna condone violence against other black men. So I'm not the nigga that's yelling free this nigga and they robbed your grandma yesterday. I'm not. You fucked up. Stay in there. Obviously, I don't really support the system, but there are consequences to your actions. He paid those consequences, and he did it the right way without snitching on his homie, which is great. But the fact of the matter is, I mean, if he did the crime, and that means somebody is childless.
I don't think that's fair though, because it was never proven that he did anything.
That's a big thing.
Everything was.
If it was
alleged.
never proven, then hey, he's innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly.
100%.
You gotta give the man the benefit of the doubt.
He deserves it, young king.
Every other guy in jail, didn't commit their crime.
Wow.
But that's the sickest part though, is what you said, plea deals,
I mean, just because you take a plea deal, it doesn't mean you're guilty.
100%.
That just means that at that moment that was the best possible option for you.
It's the lesser of two evils, and that's how they get you in that situation. Especially if you have a record, get you 10 years just for having this gun.
Right.
Yeah.
Probation violations, parole violations.
Yeah. Hey man, welcome home, 𝗛𝗶𝗀𝘀𝘁. I hope your music slaps, bro. I really do.
What would you gentlemen do to get out of work?
So basically, a young man in Arizona
I know we all saw this.
staged his own kidnapping to get out of work. He worked at a tire shop. He was tired of the tires.
Yo, but
He got fired.
we were just discussing this in pre-production. Why don't you just say you caught corona and you get a good 2 weeks off work?
You gotta prove that shit.
Copy paste.
Copy and paste. You gonna
Somebody else's name.
You gonna Photoshop the.
You'd be surprised what type of paperwork I allegedly forged.
I love that how you slid the elect. That was smooth though.
Because I know what I yeah. So I gotta be
just to give you guys a breakdown of the situation. So this young man tied himself up. He gagged himself, tied himself up with his own belt, and laid on the side of the freeway and waited for someone to find him, and then told the police that he was kidnapped for a large sum of money that his dad had hidden. And then somebody found him, took him in, and they reviewed the footage from his house, the camera footage, and they did not find any footage of him being kidnapped or anything like that. So
Yo, how you try to fake your own kidnap when you know you have videos in front of your house?
Fuck that. I got a better question. Wait, is that a picture we saw? Like, was that a real picture? Was that him?
yes, that was him.
How my man get his hands tied behind his back?
He tied it. He put his
How
hands.
he get his hands
Yo,
tied
He
behind his
just
back?
pulled it, and then he just pulled it. Like you can do it.
No.
No, you can
Maybe
do it.
that's some help during that
Somebody
No.
helped.
No, if you tied a
Somebody
belt,
was trying to get a piece
if
of
you
that
tied a
time.
belt lightly first, and then just put it around your hands, and then
It
just
was a
like
belt?
yeah, it was a belt.
But either way, like, you gotta. So when the cops pull up, yo, fam, you could have got out of this.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, you could have easily just took your hand out of it. You say it was
He
on
definitely
what?
could have slid his shit out of there easily. But yeah, he was on the side of the road for a couple hours.
I
till
didn't know.
somebody-
It looked like he
tire
rolled
shop
around a
was
little
that
bit.
He
serious.
did.
Oh, yeah.
He like scuffed himself up and all of that. So
Like
he
he
can.
made his own little trail, little dirt trail.
Yeah. Yeah, man really did not want to go to work that day. Like, that's a wild. How long does it take you to come up with that?
Yeah, my man couldn't just get a quick cough.
Not too long. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
not
Like,
gonna
why
make it,
so
boss.
much
You
shit?
can have
How
your
long
girlfriend
was he
pretend to
gone?
be your mom? What's the wildest thing you gotta get out of work?
I don't never have to try too hard to get out of work. I don't know.
I've done some wild shit to get out of
Oh
work.
my god. Oh my god, I remember. Wait, tell me what you do with French toast.
What?
What?
What I do with French toast?
Didn't French toast from some place like upset you so you would eat it beforehand?
Alright.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh my god. Alright, so I have like this slight allergy to Jack in the Box French toast, the French toast dips. I have no idea why.
Bro, you got the weirdest
He's
allergy.
weird.
It would literally like make me break out like the same way I break out from my sweat. It's crazy. So if I didn't want to go to work, I would eat a couple of those before breakfast, and then I'd go in. I'm like, oh my god, you guys! I was like, yo, I'm breaking out. Like I gotta go, and I would just dip out of there and go home.
Yo, I would do that all the time though. I can't even front.
Yo,
It's too convenient.
it was literally a win-win situation. I was getting delicious French toast, and I was getting out of work. I couldn't
You
lose.
was eating shit that could possibly kill you, my nigga, just to get
It
out
wasn't
of
gonna kill me. It happened 2 or 3 times because I didn't understand why it was happening. I was like, oh shit, it only happens on my arm. And I was like, I'll eat that.
On your arms?
Yeah, it was weird. It only
That
happened on
cow
my arm.
really didn't want to go to work that day.
And then French toast was slapping, boy. Shout out Jack in the Box. Got me out a lot of days.
Sponsor.
I probably did that like 3 or 4 times. At one job. I've only done it at one job. But I have had like girlfriends call and pretend to be my mom. Like, yo, I was in the hospital.
What the?
Yeah, like he like rolled his ankle last night playing basketball or something. Just having a problem with walking.
Unnecessary.
I had 2 jobs at one time. I don't know. I deserve a break.
I'll just hit him with the fake cough, bro.
That only works so many times. And when you used up all your sick hours, that fake cough don't mean nothing.
Yo, I'm sure Lady Gaga's dog walker was shit probably sick.
Young man was walking Lady Gaga's dogs, as you guys probably know, and they were returned safely, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, she got her dogs back.
Only white people get their dogs back.
Only white people put up $500,000 rewards for their dogs.
The dog had that kind of chip.
Yeah, but it's not like a GPS chip. The chip.
Yeah, that's what the chip is.
No.
You know what you think the chip is for? Just to put a chip.
Wait. Hold on. My dog has a chip, and they scan the chip, and it just says my name, like who owns him, and the address. It's not like you
Some of
can
them
do a
have
find
GPS.
my dog, like
No,
I
seriously,
find
some of them
my.
I found the dog one time at my crib, and it was in my parking spot. And I kept calling the owners on the
Tag.
on the dog tag.
Oh.
They wouldn't answer, right? So I was like, do I have a new dog here? I didn't know you did. But then next thing I know, they was at my door. They came and got the why they didn't answer the damn phone when I was calling, but.
They was on their way. Like, I gotta see. I need to see.
So yeah, come get your dogs, yeah. Dog was going crazy in my living room.
That's interesting. I should find out if Ollie's. I don't think Ollie's does that. Or I would know. Yes, probably. Yeah.
But yeah, the man that they shot was in stable condition. Y'all did not have to shoot that nigga, bro. I'm pretty sure he would have gained the dog. Just show him the gun. It's a dog.
I'm not risking my
I don't
life.
mean to lie. The way you said that is
No, it's for real. And then they issued a statement saying you're a hero. You risked your life for our dog. I wouldn't even want that statement out. Don't say I risked. Yo, white people are
If you
hilarious.
don't pay me,
White
the
people.
fuck
Yeah, you
off.
better give me that $500. Fuck.
Hey, bro.
dude. And I'm sure
Anybody's
Vance was not
getting
even
it.
getting a tip. Like,
Nah, he was probably
For
getting
sure,
paid
I'm
very
just
nicely.
saying.
Walking
Just
Lady
saying.
Gaga's dogs.
not no $500,000.
I got shot.
That nigga making
I bet
six
you get more
figures.
than a reward.
He making 6 figures walking in dogs. For sure. You know how much dog walkers make? They make good money, yo.
I believe it because only people who can afford a dog walker are hiring dog walkers.
Facts.
I understand.
How you get a dog and too lazy to walk it
Like
yourself?
Dame's, I
Part of
can't
the
even
bonding
buy Dame's
experience.
dog food cost half of what I make in 1 week. Dog food.
How many dogs you got? Just one?
She got one dog.
He got no. He has 3 dogs.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying
Oh.
the cost of the dog food is half my check for a week. Isn't that crazy?
There's no way I don't even want a kid.
Let alone a dog,
Fucking
yeah.
dog.
No, I love my dog.
Nah, but some dogs on there, they be feeding their dogs like that's the
Yeah.
quality of food,
Yeah.
bro. Like
These dogs eat
Yeah,
limited
sure.
ingredient, like vegan dog food. They're fancy.
I know people that get their dogs hanging out, like
What?
real
That's
shit.
not the best of the best.
But I'm saying like just
As a treat.
As a
Damn, I
dog,
might grab
you know
Ollie
what I
a
mean?
burger. That sounds nice.
Give him a protein burger like I just had.
some lettuce.
Dumbest
He,
fucking
he
burger
doesn't
I've ever
eat
had in my
lettuce
life.
or tomatoes.
Was that your first time having one?
Yes, it was stupid as hell.
They made yours wrong. It's actually pretty good.
That shit's stupid. The meat fell right off the lettuce.
Yeah,
What,
they made yours
what is
wrong.
it supposed to grip?
The lettuce.
Dog.
Don't
Slip
call it a
inside. That's a
don't
slip.
call it a protein burger then if it's not.
That's what I'm saying. They made yours wrong because they're supposed to literally wrap it like.
Yeah, that shit wasn't wrapped. They put the lettuce right on top and on the bottom, and the meat was hanging out.
Like a Sammy?
And they told them to have a what?
Yeah. Shit was trash. That was so yo. I told myself
shit.
trying to eat better.
Alright, let's lighten the mood. How about I know
Lighten the mood with Jalen.
Who? Oh.
Jalen,
Oh, this is for
Jeremy
you,
Lin.
gentlemen. I don't know nothing about this.
Jeremy Lin is getting called coronavirus on a basketball court, which is a crazy
Wow.
diss to a nigga because that has nothing to do with basketball.
It's extremely ignorant.
Was it a white man or a
They're
black
saying
man?
it's still on the court?
Yeah, he's getting called that shit on the. I'm sorry, I'm thinking
I mean,
that's just a wild
No,
thing to
no,
call
that's
somebody.
sick. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Okay.
To yell out
yes.
coronavirus while a nigga is shooting a free throw? That's
Well, we've heard a lot. Yeah, it's funny.
Imagine they did it like Cardi though.
coronavirus!
But he tried. What didn't he say? Like it was like his way of experiencing racism or something.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
You don't agree?
that's definitely racist.
It's racism, but like on the basketball court, we've heard a lot of.
I've
You've
never
heard
been
worse?
called a nigger on the
Wow.
basketball court.
I don't want that word on
equivalent?
this.
That's fine. You can bleep it.
Is that equivalent?
Relax, huh?
Is that equivalent?
Coronavirus?
I
Calling
don't
an
think
Asian dude
I don't think
coronavirus?
that's equivalent, bro.
No, it's not equivalent because it's. I
But
mean,
it
that
is
word is
racism.
years
It's
of
not
oppression
that
behind
heavy,
it.
but it is
Or it just
racism.
got here. I don't. You know what I mean?
You're on it.
It just
Yeah.
got
A
here.
year of oppression. It's a year.
But saying that Asian people eat dogs, that's racism. Like jokes like that is racist.
Or is it? What's the P word?
Bigoted? What's P?
What's the P word? Prejudice
Prejudice.
or stereotypical. I don't know if it's racist.
Stereotyping.
Yeah, I don't know if that's. Are stereotypes racist?
Yeah.
They're a form of racism?
Yeah. It also depends on like who says it
Who
and
says
who it's
it, who's
directed
saying
to.
it to.
But most people, once
How
they
it's
receive
interpreted.
it, like they're gonna take it as that.
Yeah, it was a white man. It was definitely a white man.
They-
Called
they-
Jalen.
You sure?
Niggas ain't calling no Asian.
It was a
people
Trump
coronavirus.
supporter hiking.
Yeah,
What are you
that's
talking
it.
about?
It was a Trump supporter. Niggas don't believe Asians brought corona over here, bro. There's no way.
But I can see a nigga trying to say it just to be funny, bro. Like just to get her German skin. Because I feel like it clearly worked, bro.
You think the nigga said that as a joke?
It's a joke to piss him off.
Yo,
Threw off his whole game?
threw his whole game off. But clearly it affected him, bro. He threw a whole essay on the ground.
Damn. I really hope it wasn't a nigga that caused Jeremy the corona, bro. That's
We don't mean to laugh. We don't mean to laugh.
no, it's all respectfully. Yeah, shit.
Yep.
Yo, that's
Hold on, can you?
a nigga saying coronavirus on the court.
I can see it, bro. I can genuinely see it happen.
That's hilarious. Yeah, but just bleep that word.
You want the word nigga or
Nigga.
Stop!
We're niggas. How you getting more mad at us about
I
it?
don't like it.
I get it.
I
Neither
don't
do.
like
Okay. Shut up.
Just
You don't
don't
like
say
it. We don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
want to hear it.
trust, relax. You gonna let it mess up your whole mood?
No, come on. I'm just saying. You don't need to say that.
I was asking what
Bleep it out.
which word it from, so I don't say it.
Yeah, they were with the
I
ER.
don't say it because I've been saying nigga.
I don't care about that.
No, the ER.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, she don't care about that.
What's up with you?
Call yourselves niggas all you want. Nigga this, nigga that. Niggas stay with a guy. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? What you doing, man?
Come here.
What's it? Wipe my forehead like Simba?
Come here. What?
I thought it was Beijing on mine.
Y'all good?
Jeremy Lin.
Hey, Jalen, I'm sorry that happened to you, man. Don't listen to them niggas.
Especially if it was a brother on our behalf, we apologize.
Don't say nothing back. Don't say nothing back to him. Just
If it was one of us, we
keep
apologize.
shooting your free throw, my dude. What's the craziest thing you've been called in basketball court? You been called anything wild?
Wild? Nah, I can't think of anything too wild. Nothing out of the ordinary.
I never been called nothing crazy, but I did have a nigga like that I was talking shit to.
Teabagging?
What?
Ew.
I've never been dunked on in my whole life. Ever.
Sorry.
But I did have a nigga when I was like 11 and I thought I was hot shit. I was like talking shit to this 15-year-old. His name was he had a cool ass name, Najee. Nigga's name was Najee, bro. I don't know why I was talking so much shit to him, but he was like, "Yo, let's play one-on-one." Played him one-on-one. The nigga schooled me like 11-1, but the whole time he was rapping that Big Pun song. I don't want to be a player no more. he was literally rapping it the whole like the whole time, and I'm just like, "Yo, shut the fuck up! You're beating my ass right now." It was like getting a whooping and your mom is talking to you. I told you don't do that shit.
Yeah.
That's how he was fucking me up the whole time singing that shit.
Okay.
I hate that
wanna
song.
meet him.
I hate that song. I never listen to it to this day. I walk right out the club. I'm definitely emotionally scarred from that shit. I'm emotionally scarred from that.
You walk out of the club?
Yeah.
What if it was Drea's Players Club?
Transition queen.
Is she walking out?
Nah, I'm with Drea.
Yeah.
Cast her. I mean, it would work too, because Lisa Ray ain't the best actress. So it wouldn't be like it's a huge fall off. So we could go ahead and
Jocelyn said that she'd be better.
I don't want to see Jocelyn in
If you
anything.
don't not mention that girl's name ever again, that'd be great.
Why did I thought she was a good-looking girl for real? I'm surprised you guys don't.
Yeah, Drea.
Well, okay, that I
See where his
understand.
hands are? You see his hands?
Drea.
Look, Drea,
Jocelyn.
I saw you in the flesh
I
at
did
Complex
too.
Con,
I did too.
and you were a beautiful girl.
That is fun.
I still remember the dress you were wearing was silver, it was short.
I saw Drea at More Than Waffles in Burbank. I mean in Balboa, whatever. She was walking her car and I said, "Hi, Drea." She said, "Hey." I said, "I see you."
She's like, I wish you had it in her.
Hey,
I
no,
felt so good about myself.
I'm mad at you. I'm jealous. I'm super
No,
jealous.
she's
You got
a
a high
really
arm.
good-looking
She
woman.
looks, she's
I'm
fire.
mad you got a high arm.
The ass is just as round
Yeah, that's just great.
in person.
It's not fair.
Respect.
Respectfully, of course.
I hate that word too.
I love Drea. Drea, hey.
Yeah, honestly, I think she'll kill that role though.
I do too. You saw the picture? Her in the pink dress?
Yes. I've also seen what she can do with that thing, so I know for a fact it's the perfect role.
Does Drea have OnlyFans? I would definitely
Let's
tell
try it.
her OnlyFans. I
Yo,
don't even have
send
one.
Kyle your OnlyFans links, subscription. Like straight to the subscription. Send that to his dad.
The free ones. Not me. Send me the previews.
I might pay for this.
No, I'll pay for Vegas.
I'm paying for this.
100%. Shaz, did you pay for Tigers? You got Tigers on the fence? I heard Tiger be giving it up.
Oh, he has a girlfriend.
On OnlyFans?
No, just in
Like he has a girlfriend,
Yeah.
girlfriend? And she looks just like Kylie,
one of the
right?
models.
She looks exactly like Kylie.
She looks like a white girl.
Alright, she don't look like Kylie.
No. That bitch is white. That bitch is fucking white, and
We're
that's
not
the
getting
thing.
into that.
Yeah. Cause she's
She's a
playing all of
melanated.
it.
She's a melanated.
She's disgusting. You see? Ugh. That's a very what's that fine line? You shouldn't walk that line.
With
That
Kylie.
shit ain't funny at all.
Is she melanated? I know Chris,
Weird,
Chris is white,
weird.
man. Wait, what is Chris? Chris Middle
That
Eastern,
bitch
right?
is white.
Yeah,
The
but
dad was Armenian. That shit is like watered down 3 generations already.
What are you talking about?
Kylie.
Oh.
Okay, let's just stop because I don't like this. It has nothing to do with the podcast. Moving on.
Why you just be
Sure.
cutting shit out?
This.
You like side
Why you feel so strong about this?
You like side conversation?
Yeah, what's going on?
You, I can't even tell you because it's already being manipulated. It's too late.
What's being manipulated?
It's too late. Her job is done.
Whose job?
Kelly? No. Kylie manipulated you, fam.
Yeah.
I don't see
Don't
it.
let
Yeah.
her in there, bro.
Apparently she's mind fucking me.
A lot of you. How are we gonna get into love and loyalty?
But I'm curious to know, what do you guys think? Do you think 𝗛𝗲 not snitch on his homeboy? You think that's love or is that loyalty?
Loyalty.
I'm going with you, too.
Jonte, you agree?
I had to go with love.
Well, what?
Hmm.
Bobby did what he did out of love. Yeah,
Both, but
I think loyalty though. Because I'm sure that those men don't love him.
why you say that though?
You don't think
Yeah,
Roddy would have
yeah.
did the same if the roles were reversed? I mean, you can't really speak on it, but
I mean, look, I don't know the specifics of any of this, but let me ask you something. If Bobby was hotter than the guy who took the rap for it, why the other guy didn't take the rap for Bobby?
I think that's offering a lot of speculation to a situation we don't have the details about.
You asked me.
I'll take it. The reason why I'm saying loyalty is because I'm not saying he's loyal to him. I'm saying he's loyal to the game. He's loyal to the
Yeah,
streets.
100%.
He's loyal to the
code.
code. Like he doesn't want, you know what I mean? Like you said, like dude, like how does he know that the niggas love him also? You know what I'm saying? So he's probably just saying like, yo, I gotta go home one day. You know what I mean? So like, I know what the street code is. I can't sit here and walk around the streets like a snitch. You know what I mean? He's not going to live life comfortably living that way. I think that's probably a thought that probably went through his head.
I would have to agree with that. Loyal to the code.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you love, I mean, it could I mean, you could also love the streets though, and that causes you to stay. Can you have loyalty without love?
Yeah, and you can have love without loyalty too.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
Ooh! I'm just so sorry. You just made me.
What's
just
the
made
difference?
me think about something a totally different way. But you are so right.
So what's the difference?
The difference, love is more like emotion or like a put forth action kind of, and loyalty is more like
Kendrick said, "Love is not just a verb."
exactly. It's more than that. It's like a state of being almost. You know what I mean? But loyalty, I mean, loyalty, that's like a hard concept to define. Like it's kind of like
It's forever changing.
it's abstract. It changes.
100% abstract.
It changes.
Depending on who you're being loyal to.
And what you're being loyal to.
I think the difference is one is a choice and the other is not.
Okay, I see where you're going with that.
Being loyal is a choice. You don't choose to love someone. It just happens. It's a feeling. But so you can't fall out. You can't.
People
Yeah.
fall out of love every day.
Yeah, but it wasn't a choice. You can work at falling out of love. You can try to fall out of love or to stop loving someone.
Force you to fall out of love.
Yeah, but once you're in love with someone or you love someone, that love is there. You can stop being loyal to someone at the drop of a hat, though. All it takes is one decision. You're no longer loyal to that person. Love, you can't.
But that's also at the discretion of the other person.
How they define each.
If I may think I'm super loyal to you, right? And I do one thing that you don't like, and all of a sudden I'm now disloyal to you. You know what I mean? In your opinion.
Perspective.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I still may think like, yo, fam, out of all the shit that I've done, out of all the, ride that into, you know what I'm saying? And like this one little thing, and now you consider me an unloyal person. It's a super unbalanced, like.
Loyalty should never waver. There should be no discrepancy in loyalty.
I mean, there shouldn't be, but like I said, it depends on who you're talking to. Because my opinion is always going to be different.
If you feel like there shouldn't be any wavering in loyalty, at what point are you loyal to yourself over the other person?
Exactly. That's the problem with loyalty. Is like loyalty will always make you choose between
Yourself
something,
and the other person.
right? Not even yourself, just between one thing and another thing. Because you can't be loyal to all things at once.
Right.
Because people make mistakes. Like, and sometimes people force your hand, force you to make a decision. So you can't always choose loyalty to yourself or your family and loyalty to someone else or something else.
Yeah, I've always wondered how people can call themselves loyal.
What?
So what I think
You can't. How can you call yourself loyal because you're literally choosing one thing over the other? So I could say, yo, I'm loyal to the Lakers, but that means I'm disloyal to the Clippers. It's almost like an
What?
oxymoron.
No.
You're not being loyal.
Who gives a fuck?
I don't know.
So if you're loyal to one thing, you're being disloyal to the other.
I see what you mean, but like I guess the concept of loyalty.
You never
What
had,
side
you
do
never,
you
you
lie
never had
on?
a loyalty to the Clippers.
Exactly.
I mean, that was just an example, but like, let's say if you have
I'm
two
loyal to my
friends.
wife, but these whores, they mad I ain't loyal to them.
I feel what you're saying though. You're basically saying like at that point where you do have to choose, right? You were disloyal to something, whether it be
Exactly.
yourself or whatever. So it's
Exactly.
like you have to be both at the same time sometimes.
Exactly.
So-
If I'm being loyal,
I feel like that's tough. I'm sorry, I want to cut you off, but I feel like that's tough only because, my definition of loyalty is it's literally me putting you before myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I am pretty much making that choice and dedicating that decision to that. Like, whatever. Can't really think of an example right now, but like, if you were just my nigga, like I'm choosing to rock with you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm choosing to make you my best friend. I'm choosing to make you my brother. I'm choosing to making these choices because you've shown me that you can be loyal to me also. You know what I mean? You've shown me that you can do the same thing to me for me that I can do for you.
But when you come to a crossroads where you have two people that are in that same position, and they put you in a situation where you have to be loyal to one, you're going to be disloyal to one of them.
You need two people.
I mean, you have more than one friend, right?
Right.
So if you have two friends and they put you in a situation where you have to choose to be loyal to one,
But that's like that also goes back to what I said about perspective, because those two friends are also going to know me, and they know that how I'm going to look at that situation. I'm going to look at that as, well, what the fuck happened?
overall you're still being disloyal to one.
No, I'm not.
being loyal to any fucking thing doesn't make you disloyal to any fucking thing, bro. If you didn't have no loyalty, like, to that in the first place, you're not just being disloyal to everything else outside
I'm
of
talking
that.
about two people that you have loyalty to.
I hear what you're
in
saying.
a situation where you're now having to choose between which person you want to be loyal to.
But, like, okay, so hear what I'm saying. 'Cause I definitely understand what you're saying.
Because even if you play the middle, you're being
Just
disloyal
say
to
you're talking
someone.
about women and let's move on with the question.
I don't think it's
I'm
talking
not
about
talking
women.
about women.
I
Then
think-
why would, none of this makes sense unless you're talking about women.
You know what? That's not true.
That is true.
No, it's not. That's how your brain's thinking. I'm talking about if you have two friends
He's like putting you
and
in
they
the
get
middle
into a
of
fight and you have to choose who you're going to be loyal to, and they're no longer cool. Now you have to choose who you're going to be loyal to. You're being disloyal to someone.
Like I said, I don't think
It's
No,
forever.
you're wrong.
It's
You're different.
You're wrong.
I
You're
think
not making any sense.
I think it depends on how you take it and who's saying it.
Like how a person perceives loyalty, right? Like you might not do something for somebody, and then from their perspective, you were being disloyal because they expected that from you in that moment, and it just didn't make sense for you, so you didn't do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So who defines loyal? You or the other person?
And that's my point. It's it's a loose concept.
Yeah.
It's hard to really
Yeah,
That's why I
pinpoint what
say,
it
how
means.
can you call yourself loyal?
But that's what I'm saying.
That's why I asked the
The
question.
reason why I definitely understand that question. It's a very valid point, but the way I look at it is the understanding of who you're choosing to be loyal to. Both of you will understand each other's minds. You should, unless you, then you're just choosing the wrong person. Then, you know what I mean? But like, I've made the decision that you can be that person that's going to understand my mindset and I understand yours. So like, you should know that, yo, fam, if I need you to go take this ride with me, I should know you might not be the type of nigga I should take on this ride. You know what I mean? Doesn't make you less loyal. That's just not in your DNA to be. You know what I mean? So like, it's just perspective. It's just, the type of relationship and dynamic that you have with that person.
Loyalty's great.
It definitely is.
Can one coexist without the other? How can you be loyal without love?
I don't think.
Your loyalty can be very calculated. A lot of people are loyal to things and people because it's to their benefit at the time. And then once it's no longer to their benefit, there's like, I don't have no reason to be loyal here anymore.
That's real. I don't think that you can have one without the other. Only off the basis of I have to have some form of love for you to sit there and tell you, to even attempt to be loyal to you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to physically be in love with you, obviously, but I can actually love you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, anybody, And so there has to be some type of loyalty there, right? Or you know what I mean?
There has to be some type of love, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you could be loyal to like your job because they pay you good and they look out for you and they want you to be loyal to them, but that don't mean that you love it there.
That's a fact.
And
You know what
once
I
you
mean?
get another job that pays you better,
Right.
you're now loyal to
You
them.
know, and you have no reason to be loyal to them
So
either.
is that loyal?
So it's situational.
Is that
I mean,
really
it's loyal
though?
for the duration that you were there.
Is that loyal?
Actually, no, it's not.
That's
It
not
wouldn't
loyal.
be.
That's what I'm saying.
Really?
Because if it's something that's forever changing, if that could change at any point, you're not loyal. That's not loyal.
I mean, you could say I was
Because
loyal.
I think
was loyal at the
loyalty is.
time.
I think loyalty, in order to be loyal, it's something that has to be forever.
I think that's unfair. Because people, people make decisions. People die. So if they die, what?
Then you don't have. I mean, you're dead.
Right.
There's
Well,
nothing at that
you weren't
point.
loyal to them for forever. They just are not here.
I mean, think about it this way. If you have parents, right? You're loyal to your parents till death. There's no one that's coming before your parents, right?
I mean, as a reasonable, sane person, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
if there is one thing that you can be loyal to, as the definition of loyalty, if you're able to change that in with another circumstance, you're technically not loyal.
I see what you're saying.
It's so tough.
That is
It
I,
is tough.
I agree, but I want to argue it too, bro. Like, I want to argue it so bad, but it's like, it makes sense to me. It's like, yeah, you kind of got to take that same approach. Because honestly, you learn that from your uppers or your big homies, or you know what I'm saying, like all the people that showed you what loyalty was to you. You kind of take that same shit and move it on to the next person, and that's literally how I move. Like if you move the same way that people taught me, then we can rock. Yeah.
What did you prefer?
I prefer to be loved. So I know love is like, it might not be permanent, but it's more genuine than loyalty.
How so?
Because it's a raw, unfiltered, like compulsive kind of thing. and loyalty can be like very calculated and very like strategic almost.
What about you, Shiraz? What would you prefer, love or loyalty?
Love. To me, you can't love someone without loyalty.
Was that your original answer?
Yeah.
Oh.
It can't exist.
I think it's vice versa.
I don't have to love you to be loyal to. You could be loyal to the check. You could be loyal to the grind. You can be loyal like 𝗛𝗲𝗰𝘀𝘁 to the code. You don't have to love that shit. You can always grind it.
That's true. I see your point. I guess it depends on the scenario and the seriousness of it, I guess. Because I love my money. I want to be loyal to my money. You know what I mean? So, but I get what you're saying, man.
When's the last time somebody's been disloyal to you guys? Unloyal. Disloyal. Disloyal.
I know this is.
I just like that.
Wait, you guys didn't answer love or loyalty.
I say love.
Why?
Loyalty is wavering. Loyalty can, like we said, loyalty can go to whoever the highest bidder is at the time. To me, so I'd rather go love. Love is consistent. Love means more to me than loyalty does. I don't expect loyalty from people. Obviously, it's nice, but at the end of the day, people are gonna do what's best for them. So I don't look at it like that. I don't. Just because you do something that may seem disloyal to me, it may be best for you. So I'm not gonna knock you because you did something that works for you. I mean, you can be disloyal to somebody and not stab them in the back. There's a difference between the two. So,
Question. So do you think that you can? So do you think you can love someone and be disloyal to them?
100%.
Yeah.
I cheat every day.
Okay. So, so with that being said,
You guys are laughing dead ass.
I forgot my question. That's how funny it was. Damn, I had a very good point where I was going with that. Fuck it off.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. Somebody go ahead and tell me.
You said, can you be disloyal to somebody that you love?
Right. I was going
That-
with it.
that-
It didn't help me.
yeah, because you can love someone but be more loyal to yourself.
Oh, that's what I was going with. So, because you love this person, how do I say this? How do you trust them to be loyal to you in your love? I guess, if that makes sense. Like, how does, because you're choosing love, so with love comes trust, right? You want this person to be loyal to you in this relationship or friendship, whatever you want it to be.
Sometimes
It
you
can
you
be-
can love somebody and not really expect them to be loyal to you at the same time.
So it's a situational based, like is it based off of who you like?
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
If you're in love with someone, then that's different. The loyalty, the definition of loyalty at that point changes because if we're in a relationship, then you're supposed to be loyal to not cheat or lie or shit like that.
The loyalty is supposed to come first.
And that's subjective too. I feel like some people would definitely feel like just because they step out and do their own thing, it doesn't mean that they're disloyal.
But I
It
think-
depends on
It
the
depends on how
relationship.
you define it.
Yeah, it depends on the relationship.
I think that loyalty is what actually makes you fall in love.
No.
It might. I feel like it definitely will add to it for a lot of people.
That's I guess I'm
For
speaking
sure.
myself here.
It can help.
They go hand in hand. If you love somebody, how do you catch yourself being disloyal or doing something that you know in their eyes is seen as a betrayal? How does that make sense?
Because a betrayal isn't always disloyal. Those aren't necessarily the same. I can do something for myself that doesn't betray you, but you may view it as disloyal because I was looking out for me instead of you. So that's disloyal to you, but I didn't betray you. I didn't throw you under the bus. I just did something that was beneficial for myself. Yeah, so that's not. I would have to disagree with you on that.
But sometimes you have to do wrong. I wouldn't even say do wrong, that's the wrong word, but you have to choose something that you're loyal to higher than the person that you're loyal to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you might be loyal to
Your own
a code,
Hell
or you
yeah.
might be loyal to like your family or something, and then that person may have violated or whatever the case, and now you have to make a decision like, okay, now I can't be loyal to you anymore because I'm still loyal to this other thing that's more important than you.
Facts. Big facts.
Okay. You guys got on this podcast and you talked for 30 minutes about how loyalty doesn't exist. And how that can't be a thing.
No, we didn't.
You did.
Kinda.
Like,
We talked about.
We talked about how it's like undefinable, and it's kind of like
and that's bullshit because
everybody's
loyalty,
this way.
there are very fucking solid lines, like, as to what loyalty is. There's no room for,
being subjective.
yeah, it's not a subjective fucking thing.
It is though.
It's not.
Well-
If you're loyal to yourself, dog, then you're not loyal to me. You were never loyal to me. If you made a decision where you felt like you had to put yourself first before the person you're loyal to, then you're not loyal to me. It's that simple.
Exactly.
If I know,
That's the point. That's the whole point I was making. Someone, whatever decision you make, you're going to be disloyal to someone, even if you make
That
the decision for
is
yourself, or you're
not
choosing
true.
to.
That's
you can
not
be.
true.
You can be disloyal to yourself too.
100%, but that's not
So
what
how
we're
does that
talking
make you
about.
loyal if you're still being disloyal?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You can't even be loyal to
You
yourself.
can't be loyal. You can't be loyal to somebody else and disloyal to yourself and call yourself loyal. You're still
How
being
is that
disloyal.
happening though? Like, what are you talking about?
In-
Conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. Conflict
There,
of interest.
exactly. There's a conflict of interest
Not always, but
in
sometimes.
in certain
Yeah,
scenarios.
for sure.
So we're not. Trust. Keep in mind, we're not saying.
It hasn't. Then at that point, it's not being disloyal.
So,
At that point, and you change your mind, that is okay. Like, I'm supposed. If I'm loyal to you and you cheat on me, and then I change my mind and say, "Fuck it, I'm done with you," then I'm wrong for that.
No, no,
Okay,
no, no,
so
no,
it's
not at all.
it's justified.
Not
you,
at all.
You have more information.
Sometimes,
we're saying, that
sometimes
loyalty is wavering.
disloyalty is justifiable.
right. But that's what we're saying. It's depending on the situation and the information that you have. The loyalty is wavering. That's what we're saying. You can, if you're loyal up until a certain point, and then all of a sudden you're disloyal, you can't continue to call yourself loyal in that situation.
That's true. I'm not gonna argue that.
So at some point in every situation until death, you are given opportunities to either be loyal to one thing or disloyal to that one thing. At some point, unless you stick with that one thing forever, you are disloyal to it.
That's obvious.
That's what we're saying. There's no real such thing as loyalty. That's what we're saying. Because at some point, you're gonna have to be disloyal to that thing or to that
No,
person.
at some point you do not have to, bro. What are you talking about? That doesn't make sense. Like, I don't want to get back into this because what you're saying doesn't make sense to me. You can buy what you're selling, but I don't buy it.
God, you just
You're
agreed
not
with
selling to me.
you just agreed with what I said
No.
and then said you don't agree.
No, loyalty does exist. It's not a fabric of my fucking imagination. It's not just something in the air.
I'm not saying
It's
it
a
doesn't.
concrete
I'm not
thing.
saying it doesn't exist, but it wavers. It changes. So your
Okay,
loyalty.
then you are not a
can
loyal person. Period. Period.
be- Shiraz, if Dame Dash goes, hey, let's go to Wyoming and work with Kanye, but you got to drop the podcast. What do you do?
What do you expect me to do? How about that?
So,
What do you expect me
no
to do?
matter
How about
which
that?
way you go, you could choose the podcast, but at that point, you're being disloyal to Dame. If you go to Dame, to Wyoming, you're being disloyal to the podcast.
Never, because without Dame, this podcast doesn't exist. So
But
the
either
loyalty
way-
is in the same fucking
But
place.
either way, you're still.
That was a great comeback, though.
I'm not
I
an
ain't gonna lie.
idiot. When
Either
it comes
way.
to this, I'm serious about it. That's
But-
why everything you're saying is like, it's like a joke to me. Like,
That might not have been the best example because the interests align.
Yeah, right.
At
But
the end,
but
but-
not necessarily with her though.
The-
They align with
Every-
I have
Rostock.
offers. I have an offer to be on a pop-in podcast, and you're aware of that. Where am I?
No, that's you're missing the point. I'm not calling you out. I'm giving an
I
example.
know, you could never, though. That's a button you could never press on this side, but I'm just saying.
I'm literally giving an example, and I think
in
you're
that
taking
example,
it
you
personally.
still failed.
Alright.
I mean, for me, loyalty is not, it's not a fucking seesaw. I'm so sorry. It is fucking black and white. If something happens, if a situation occurs, it makes sense that things change. You can make a decision at that point to no longer be loyal. But if you're claiming to
That means you're not loyal.
no, it's not. That means you're done, bro. That means you
means-
have no loyalty
that
to
means
anyone
you're-
at that point.
That means your loyalty has ceased, and you are
Please,
now
what the
disloyal.
fuck is this? Please help. It doesn't
Nah,
make sense.
I'm actually.
If you hold on,
I
you
actually agree
choose,
to a certain extent.
you choose to stop being loyal to something, all of a sudden you're disloyal.
Yes.
No.
If I'm going for the Lakers for 10 years and I've been loyal to them, and all of a sudden I'm a Clipper fan, I am now disloyal to the fucking Lakers. What are you talking about? If you choose to waver, your loyalty disappears.
No, because now you're loyal to what?
The Clippers, but now you're disloyal to the Lakers.
No, because you're no longer claiming to be. You cannot be disloyal if you're not claiming to be loyal. Do you
You've been
understand?
claiming for 10 years to be loyal to one thing, and all
Okay,
of a
for
sudden
those
you
10
switch.
years, were you loyal to the Lakers?
No, because at one point you switched to the Clippers, so your loyalty is gone.
No. No. You decided to be done with the Lakers.
What? Yes, Shiraz, you can't. What are you talking about? If you're loyal to something, you're loyal for life. That's the definition of loyalty. There is no wavering. There is nothing.
I don't know about that.
Or is it
I think
until something makes it justified?
So is that loyal?
I think from this conversation we could say like, if you have to define loyalty, it probably has a time limit with it.
So is it loyalty then?
It would have to.
I would.
All loyalty kind of has like a time limit or limitations on it. It's not just.
So how can you say it's loyal?
It's
I'm
loyal.
to
It's
you
loyal
up,
for the
up
time.
Until, up until
Yeah.
2015,
It was-
I'm loyal.
Yeah, it was
But
loyal.
after then, I'm.
Yeah, it was loyal.
What?
Loyal for the time.
I don't see how that's loyal. That's just me in my head.
So for
'cause
Kyle, loyalty is just a figment of the imagination. Moving on though. What is the farthest that you would go for someone that you love or that you were loyal to?
First off, I'm not gonna let you sit here and try to play.
Yeah,
my
you
like
just
that.
talked on this podcast for 30 minutes. They heard you. Loyalty doesn't exist.
Just because you can't understand what I'm saying doesn't mean the people don't.
Okay, we'll see.
Is
So-
it another poll?
Sure. Please do a poll. Follow me.
What's the furthest I would go? Like, I think that's situational based too. I
See,
think-
that's why I can't fuck with either one of you. That's the problem, just in general. Love and loyalty, these two things, there is no gray area. For you guys, everything has a gray area. That's the issue. That's why love doesn't succeed or work these days. That's why there is no loyalty these days, because everyone is looking out for self or for the next best fucking thing. Loyalty and love is supposed to be an unconditional type thing. Like literally until you're being affected, which is
Shiraz, you know what the word unconditional means?
yes.
That means no matter what
Yep.
happens. That
Yep.
means you don't get to change your mind about anything,
I've
regardless
never
of the situation.
personally I've never
No.
changed my
But
mind.
look, you
But
just
for
said no.
people
Hold
like
on.
yourself, I'll
You
give
literally
you-
just said if you get more information to something, then I choose to stop being loyal to you. Then that's justified. There is no justified if it's loyalty supposed to be unconditional.
If somebody
Am I wrong or am I wrong? There's no justifying anything if it's unconditional. Unconditional means there is nothing around, there is no situation, no circumstance that should allow your loyalty to waver. So if you're going in between two sides.
I'm
here.
trying to give you some space, but
I don't
for-
need no space. I know how I feel about it.
For me,
I don't need
they're
a definition
both
of it.
unconditional.
They're not. If you just said you can change your mind.
I was trying to help you out, so forget I said that.
You feel like love is unconditional, Shiraz? That's
Even
a
though
deep.
that's a tough
It's a
question,
deep. It's a
it
deep
is,
question to
And I'm
answer.
still gonna tell you yes.
Okay.
Yes. There's some things. Like,
You don't think people have limits to how far their love goes naturally?
I think some people do. I'm talking about myself. About like, for me, I can't do it.
Wouldn't there be certain things like for you that would be so like unforgivable that you just can't love that person anymore? No
I
matter.
thought that, and then a condition occurred, and she was still unconditional. So what do you want me to say?
That's fair though. That's fair. I
So
come up with some
that
wild
was
examples.
only
But
one. And like that's what I'm saying. For some people, there is no gray area for either one of these things. But for me, I pick love because there's no loyalty. Like with me, that's a given. Like you cannot love me and be disloyal. How does that make any sense? I know. I trust me. You can. That's the problem, though, right there.
see, love. Crazy thing is like they're both kind of scalable too. Like you might love yourself more than you love the other person, so you might make certain
And
decisions.
vice versa.
Yeah, exactly.
You could love the other person more than
Right.
you love yourself.
And you can scale that, and your decisions will reflect that, and you might end up being disloyal to one or the other.
To who? To yourself or the other?
Yeah,
person?
right. Just based on your decisions, not like overall, but certain decisions that you may make.
Because you can allow yourself to be in circumstances that aren't beneficial to you just because you're loyal to this other person. But at that point, you're being disloyal to yourself.
Yeah. So, what is the farthest you go for someone that you loved or that you were loyal to? Are there lengths?
It depends on who.
Let's keep it. I was gonna say mom, but then how do you say no to anything?
There's nothing.
Okay. What about a cousin?
Not many people I'm doing jail time for.
You wouldn't do jail time for your younger cousin? Quan? Is it Quan?
Not so wrong.
Karan? Would you?
Probably not. I wouldn't. There's not many people I would.
You wouldn't go to jail for your cousin?
Why? What's the situation? What, like, I'm not taking the rap for somebody else's fuck up. No. You pick me up in a stolen car. I'm not going to jail for you, my guy. I'm so sorry. No. I got other people to. That's where my loyalty comes in to other people.
To yourself.
Because not even myself. I have other people that need me besides just him at that moment.
You have obligations.
Correct. I go to jail. What does that do to my mom? What does that do to my grand? Like, I have other people to be loyal to. So although I may be being disloyal to you, I'm being loyal to them.
You created that circumstance. Not you did.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
you ain't doing shit, but yeah, like, yeah. So, but at the same time, that's my whole point. I'm being disloyal to him, but I'm being loyal to them. So is that like, how can I still call myself loyal though?
you never stop being loyal.
No, let me keep it simple.
Yeah, but still, I'm still being disloyal to someone. You get what I'm saying? Like,
staying loyal at the same time.
but I'm being disloyal.
But you never stop being loyal.
But do you get what I'm saying? They're like, it's I can't say I'm black and still and be white.
Yeah, you can.
I never stopped being black, but I'm being white right now.
It happens. It definitely happens. You know what I mean?
That's
like
that's
where
where my
voice.
that's my whole thing. I'm not saying loyalty shouldn't or doesn't exist. That's not what I'm saying. I'm very dedicated to the people that I fuck with, but I'm just saying the word loyalty in itself, it's hard to be that when you're being disloyal to others at the same time. It's just hard to call yourself that.
Well,
It's like
you're never anything all the time.
100%.
Right? People will say, "Oh, like I'm honest," or "I'm this," or "I'm that."
For me, like I rock. I'm gonna rock with you. You know what I'm saying? You've been loyal to me to the end. I mean, like it's whatever you've done for me, I can do for you. You know what I mean? So, but I do understand you when you say you ain't going to jail for nobody. If you know me, you should not go to jail for me. Because I'm most likely not going to jail for you. But I can't think of anything further than that. You know what I mean? Like,
Would you lie on the stand?
if I
Get away with it. Because that's perjury.
If I were to, I would not say the truth here on this podcast. I would not incriminate myself here today.
Allegedly. You allegedly lie on stand.
I allegedly would
I don't
not.
have to know the ins and outs of that case. So where were you? And everybody's saying this, right?
I need to know everybody.
We all got the same story.
It's so interesting.
Can none of y'all fold?
Right, yo.
You gonna show up with a lawyer as a witness?
Yo. Facts. Man.
Good old
What are you
Johnny.
about to say, Sherrod?
Good old Johnny gonna be sitting in the back of the room.
Jonte, what's the furthest you go?
For what?
Someone you love. Prove
somebody.
your loyalty.
Loyalty?
Loyal dog.
Loyalty? I mean, I'm gonna be real. I'm loyal to myself. I'm loyal to the things I believe in, like my principles, the things I stand by, my beliefs. I'm more loyal to that than I will be to people. I'll let somebody go if it comes between.
Jeopardizing your own self.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly, for sure. But like for people that I love, like deeply, like people I consider like family, like what length? I mean, so I'm willing to die behind mine.
Yep.
You doing a bid, dog?
I was waiting. I was
Yeah,
gonna
for
say,
the
I'm
people-
sitting next
for-
to two men who are like wishy-washy. It's surprising. Like I'm the only one who's like super.
No,
I will,
but
like,
it was a general question though.
Sherrod is mad
Where-
confused, bro.
Wishy-washy.
He's hella
I
confused.
think you guys are.
Go ahead.
That was a
Jonte.
general question though, but like if I'm thinking about people I love, like you know, like my mom, my brother, like my kids. When I do have kids, like
Right.
my wife, I'll die behind those people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's probably how you know what I'm saying. But beyond that, you can't really go much
You wouldn't die
farther.
for me, Jonte?
No, I wouldn't die for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Would you take a bullet in the leg from me, bro?
I don't need
But
to.
you're
I don't
walking
think
it.
You lose your pinky toe.
I guess it depends.
You lose your pinky.
Like I'll take the bullet if it meant you got to live.
You
know what I'm saying?
I'm not that sure.
But I'm not taking the bullet. I'm not taking the bullet so you don't have to take the bullet. You see what I'm saying? Like you take the bullet.
I feel you. I get what you're saying. Makes sense to me.
Jonte not his brother's keeper.
You gotta
Not at all.
Oh shit! Don't do that.
It's true. I'm not. That's being real.
Actually, he is his brother's keeper. That's exactly what he said. He is his brother's keeper.
Only
Only.
his brother's keeper.
Only his actual brother's keeper.
But not his friend's keeper.
Well, if I love you,
Podmate's keeper.
or if I'm loyal to you, like for real, there are no thanks. Like points were made about worrying about like self or whatever obligations self might have. But like no, if when the situation comes down to it, like I will take a charge. I will die. Like it's that simple.
I mean, not to say that you wouldn't know, but not to say anybody wouldn't, but I think it's a lot different when that time comes. When you face with that person in front of you, you face with that gun in front of you, shit changes.
That time.
You
No.
know what I'm saying? We all can talk that big talk right before. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Until that gun in front of your face, shit changes, opinions changes, your mind moves differently. Trust me, it's happened.
Yeah.
Like, you think a little bit differently.
That fight or flight shit, bro.
You know what I mean?
So hold on.
Like,
You're in a situation where it's, let's say it's you and your brother. Let's keep it
right.
you and your brother,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not taking that.
Of course I'm taking that.
So what do you mean you're?
But that's what
you're,
he's saying.
you're brain,
It's
your
easy to
thoughts
say
change?
it
Now,
now.
what I'm saying, it's easy for me to say it, but what I'm saying is like when that time comes, obviously I'm small brother, of course I'm gonna do it, but like
I'm gonna say older, but like I don't know. Whenever makes it harder.
let's use a friend. You know what I mean? Like I may think about that a little bit differently than you know what I mean. Like I'm not gonna leap out in front of that gun. I'm gonna ponder on it first. You know what I mean?
Try to push you out the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to push you out the way. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna try to use my brain before my heart. You know what I mean? Like let's figure this part out.
I've been in a car with shrooms and mad weed and a dude on probation. And as the cop is walking up, I'm letting that man know, like, I will take this. There's, telling you, For some people, it's black and white. Like, not everybody has this privilege. I could probably count on my one hand how many people have this with me. But yeah, and I don't think twice about my loyalty or love for them or the definition of that. Like, it's just deep. Runs deep.
Both loyalty and love can be blind sometimes.
To your detriment.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just have to know. And I'm okay with that. High key. Because I'm moving the way I want to move regardless. Regardless, I'm loyal. Like, I made the decision to be loyal to that. Everything's a decision. Even love, I think, never mind. Love is not a decision. Loyalty, though, for sure is a decision.
Why isn't love a
Because
decision?
if
I feel
it was
like
a
it is.
decision, I'd be out of love with many men by now. It's not that easy. It's not.
You chose to, you don't think that you choose to give yourself to this person. You don't think that you choose to show that affection, that support, that everything that love comes with to whoever you with.
No.
You feel like you're making that decision to get up every day and shoot that text in the morning.
Shoot myself in the foot.
No, that's a good point. It's like,
you're making those decisions.
yeah, you choose to facilitate love for yourself.
It's not a decision. I'm telling you, life would be easy. Wouldn't it be easier if we could all just turn love off? My God.
But we're all
It's not up to me.
we're all kind of creatures of habit. Like we all like, I don't want to say habit. We're just self-preservation. Like we want what we want. You know what I mean? Like it looks good. I want that. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to attach myself to this kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it's a decision.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always have to be. Like obviously, it comes with just pure emotion. It comes with some the deep spiritual shit that everybody talked about. But like after that, you're making the decisions to make this person happy. You're making the decision to stay there. You know what I mean? Like if that person
Right.
does it.
So that's why, regardless of whether this person loves me back or is loyal back, I'm doing what's like I'm following my own code, my own morals, my own principles. Like that's what that's about. I don't know what that was, but you subscribe, you hit like, you share this shit, leave comments. We drop the YouTube vid on Thursday morning. Hear me out.